Good morning, my people. Now, me and my brother come to Stanley Zazos. I say good morning. Somebody would make me laugh here, Mr. Stanley. Oji, I beg. Let me focus for this our discussion today. You say Stanley don't define again. Campaign not really easy and the truth now. So at least for now we need to start with that time, no time for ourselves. But we'll go back to our discussion for the day. First, I want to send one message to our governor. Public message. His Excellency Governor Godwin Oyeganse Obaseki. I want to make it call all this union to order. The union we will recognize, na globally recognized union, like the Nigerian Labour Congress, where we say even United Nations recognize and say it day. Despite say the one we will get for Nigeria here don't turn to automatic failure. The NLC, TUC, all those ones, they suppose stay, but they are not failure. You can imagine Ayuba Wahab calling off protests. And I salute the courage of those who there do. We say, no, we are going ahead. You dey compare country like Saudi Arabia with Nigeria. Say the cost of fuel there. But you not check the cost, their minimum wage and how much they receive as minimum wage in that country. But you compare the amount for fuel with that of Nigeria. Now they increase VAT in this country. So now as we speak, everything come high. As if that is not enough. Edo State today, all these unions must stop. They give our people economic hardship. E.g., Pure Water Company, their union. As big as Lagos, na 5 naira they sell pure water. Bottled water, na 50 naira. But when it come Edo, that same thing will turn to 100 naira for bottled water, 10 naira for pure water. Even if say other companies want sell at the rate of 5 naira, even if other company want sell their water at the rate of 5 naira, union go tell them say we have a fixed price of 10 naira. Nobody should sell below 10 naira. Automatically, you don't give our people huge economic problem. What about builders association? Say trailer garage, tipper garage. Now this is how much they carry sand. If it not be like this, we know they go. Anybody will choose to go say, let me carry below. They will, if don't violate their rule, be that they will sanction her. As the sanctioner, that same person, fear not go let her do it again because he don't go pay fine. He must follow waiting the union talk. Now go inside market. Orange seller get union. Ogbolo seller get union. Wheelbarrow pusher get union. All this one get union. Other one get union. Because of that, even if general price level supposed to be 10 naira, union go say we have adopted 15 naira. Nobody will go against what the union said. Now inside the union will collect their dues. Now inside the people, the union will collect their dues finish. Their running costs and their activities, they will collect them. The whole brunt now fall back on the people. The whole brunt now fall back on the people. So all this union must stop in Edo State. Even if say they want to go to take place for that place, no problem. But here in Edo, we have a working government. Government that listens to the cry of the people. These unions must be checked. Except if this government want to make the people, they blame them for the increase in price and many other things. Now, let me give an example. They say they don't ban foreign rice from coming into this country, which is fine. Today, rice in Benin, now 31,000, 32,000. The Nigerian made 25, 26. As we speak, Lagos State, Nigeria, rice is sold at a cost of 16,000. As they bring and come Edo, the rice union go say this is the price where we peg. Please share this video. Share this video. Rice union go say this is the price where we peg, and at that price we must follow. Share it to the group. Now that price we must follow. Then, as we carry the rice, they come from Lagos. Ask me if they ban foreign rice in Nigeria. How this foreign rice say the entire side Lagos? Where people where they Lagos, they enjoy this rice. But other people from the region, like those of us in the south, not get access to this rice. When you still go north, you'll get this rice. Is this injustice? Now, when the rice they come, Nigeria Customs Service go block am for road. He go say that rice na contraband. They go seize them. They go impound the vehicle. Whereas people in the southwest, Lagos basically, are enjoying the same rice. It not be contraband there. But as they come here, it don't turn contraband. When the office smuggle the rice mistakenly enter Edo, union go come again, say, this is our general price level. As at then, you come further say, rice will not rest at the cost of 31,000, 32,000 naira per bag. So all these things where we see so, now self-inflicted injury. Self-inflicted injuries by both the Nigerian Customs Service, who is playing double standard, and the unions. The reason why they talk this one now, not see me play. The reason why we talk this one now be say, we are going to confront the union. In fact, I'm going to put an official letter to the governor stating our concern under Edo Diaspora Connect worldwide as far as union activity is concerned in Edo State. They are the problem. Akara Seller Union. Everybody must fry akara and sell at the cost of 20 naira per one spoon. Akara Seller Union go do their own. Wheelbarrow Pusher Union go do their own. Onion Seller go do their own. Ogbolo Seller go do their own. Melo Seller go do their own. Kevi Seller go do their own. All and all, they go do their own. Who not bear the brunt? The average citizen will depend on these consumable goods to live on a daily basis. The question now is, the federal government again now increase general price level, put the brunt on the same people. How much is the minimum wage? How much is the minimum wage? Ask yourself this question. How much is the minimum wage? People are made to face this kind of excruciating economic situation. People are made to face this kind of excruciating economic situation. So, this is an advice to the governor, His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki. If we must succeed, because as of today, I will not remove myself from the government, but I must say the truth. If we must succeed, as we have succeeded in the past, Even while godfathers were disturbing you, now we are free. If we must succeed, we must target this union. There must be a fight. There must be a fight, because this union will always resist. But let us fight them to stand still and free our economy from the hands of these predators. Believe me, they are predators. They are predators, economic predators. They are feasting facts on our economy. Illiterate, we not go school. Man, we not learn work. He go say, I won an election, or I was nominated to be a Caracella Union. What's the name of Vulcanizer Union. You go say I'm the chairman. Tomorrow you see and say the car where they drive, they go from street. You not gonna know say now the stringent policy where they put on ground, where they tell they unleash economic terror on the people, now make them get money. So these unions must stop. Now let's take another example. Unions prevent investors. Union prevent investors. Now, government can give you a license to say, operate in so and so place. The union will tell you, for you to be part and parcel of this place, this and this is what you are going to pay. Whereas government have already approved. Who be union? Is there government under government? Under a legal government? Is there any other government? Who is union to prevent an approval already issued by the governor or by the government? You will now see the union coming out to say, you must pay so and so to be this, you must pay this, we'll give you this form to fee, that form to fee, or like the chemist union as the case may be. You will pay this, you will pay this, you will pay this. At the end of the day, an investor who tends to invest in the settlement will say, I can no longer move forward. Let me just forget about this investment. Then, union have systematically driven such a person away for two reasons. One, they want to maintain and retain monopoly of such business. E.g. Pure Water Company. The chairman will say, since he already has one, if a new investors come into the Pure Water Company, it will create room for more competition. So the monopoly and the ability for them to fix pricing will be reduced. So they will do everything humanly possible to discourage a potential investors from coming into such business. They will not discourage a potential investors from engaging in such business. So even if Nigeria refuse to check the activities of these people, we are not sorry. We are not saying they should be checked. They should be disbanded. Let people get direct approval from government and go to business. All the taxes should be accruing to government. Let people get direct approval from government. In fact, government should come out with a stringent policy, a stringent one, let me use it, that would check every businesses. Let's say a business that is supposed to be registered at a cost of 20,000 naira should register at a cost of 25,000 without union. Because if you pay 20,000 naira to government, you are going to pay 100,000 naira to union. Whereas you have gotten the approval. Let these revenues and all goes to the government. Why these people have opportunity to operate freely. So, if we must succeed as a government, because I am not removing myself from the government, we all must collectively bear responsibility. We must, as a matter of urgency, check these people. If we check them, we feel crippled and come out of the system. Believe me, na 100%. Uhuru, everywhere go clear for our people. This miscalculated policy of the federal government, even if it is hot, it will not affect our population in a large extent the way it's affecting us now. Some of us might be getting some free benefits from our people around the world. How many persons are getting this opportunity to get these free benefits? Whether meet the DM now, Osakwe did not know. Because someone from Canada brought a cow. We killed it, we distributed, and we loaded our fridge. How many persons get the opportunity to get one bring cow for Canada, make it key and load the fridge? Now, even if they say the price of cow is now so expensive, it will not affect me now. Till, let's say, November. What about those persons who are buying on a daily basis that have no access to this kind of opportunity or benefit that we are getting? What about them? Their interest must be put into consideration. And if we must succeed, unions must be crippled. They must be crippled. We are not saying they should be checked. They should be removed, annihilated from the system. Totally. We don't need a government inside government. There exists a government ably led by His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki. And according to the Land Use Act of 1978, everything attached to the land in itself, is held in trust for the common benefit of the people by the governor and by the government of a state. The state government has power more than the federal government when it comes to the use to which land is being put. So because of this, for as long as people operate within the land, as far as the state is concerned, nobody should be able to hold the economy of Edo State hostage. Nobody should be able to hold the economy of the state hostage. I am going to write an official correspondence. That I can assure you. This is not from me, but this is from Edo Diaspora Connect Worldwide. We are going to write a correspondence to the governor. The next fight, before we begin to get close to the Tinubu's battle in Lagos, is we must get rid of these unions. They are giving us problem. They are holding the economy of this state hostage. And if we want a salubrious environment for our people, we must, as a matter of urgency, confront these economic predators and monsters in totality. Now, the truth is this. It will be difficult because many of them are our friend. Many of them interact with us. And many more supported us in the elections. But whether you are our friend, you supported us in the elections, you did what is right to ensure that this government remains in power, what's doing is what doing well. Some of us have paid our sacrifice. Some of us have paid our dues. We were part and parcel of CDAs in Edo State in the past. But in the history, if you check our activities, nobody will ever come out to say, while Sakwenokwodin was acting as the vice chairman of a community, although not a CDA as per se, the vice youth chairman of the community, did he by any way attack a single person? Go and ask. I have never done that, and I will never do. But everybody who wants the state to be good must be ready to make sacrifice, including Bagos. Somebody just raised it. SMEC chairman will tell you this is the price we are going to say. Go and check, compare it with the production cost, the transportation cost. In one bag, they might be making nothing less than 700 naira. at the end of the day, the masses will be placed into an excruciating economic situation. So as I was saying, these same people may be our friends as the case may be, but the truth is, tell friend truth is not this poor friend. Let us all come out en masse to tell our government to face these people. It will help in no small way to skyrocket the living standard of Edo people from the realm of subjectivity down to the realm of objectivity. And we'll have economic El Dorado in Edo State. A Magisela will tell you that Marie Miti. What when meeting warrior? Marie Miti. To oppress the rat tax? To oppress the check tanks? To oppress the holopoloe in our contemporary urban society? And we'll just open our eyes and begin to allow these people to establish the system? This is the time for us to act. Let's get rid of these people. Let's get rid of these people. Let's free our economy from these economic predators. Then government policy and program will function expeditiously. The idea of say, government say, every house should be paying 5 naira. Person we want to implement that will say, we are carrying it in contract. So it is as it is contract, we want to be paying 7 naira. Who give you the right to collect the 2 naira? So government should operate directly with the people. And the people should operate directly with the government. We do not need intermediary again. Like you say, now we are now with Smith Seller Union. If you have registered, if you want to open a Smith business, for an example, first, you have to go to the government, the appropriate ministry, or parastat as the case may be. Look at the pros and cons, the advantage and disadvantage of the registration. Go there, pay the necessary due, register, then go to your place and open your shop. Nobody should have the right whatsoever to say, Omaido Mie Union Wakuye. No! If Union is given the opportunity to continue like this, the number of employment that we plan to generate will be reduced. Because the American economy, the European economy, the Arabian economy, or any of this economy that we tend to emulate grows as a result of SMEs, small medium enterprise. And these SMEs create potential employment. We have different types of employment. There are semi-skilled labor, there are skilled labor, and unskilled labor. Semi-skilled labor, unskilled labor can say, I will be receiving 30,000 naira per month. And what is the proximity from where you work and where you stay? Because if this SMEs is available everywhere, your employment opportunity can be in a walking distance, or 100 naira Okada, or Marua Keke Napep, as the case may be. Keke Napep, as the case may be. Now, if the person treks to his office or his workplace as a result of the SME on a daily basis, and this person feeds himself with at least 300 naira in his office, and he has 300 naira in his office, he eats from his house in the morning, when he returns in the evening, he eats, 300 naira in the afternoon, times 30 is 3,000 naira. Abi? 300 times 30.
300 times 39 something.
Yes, that's 3,000 naira. That's 3,000 naira. Now, if you minus 3,000 naira from 30,000 naira, you have a balance of 27,000 naira. These persons can pay their house rent by a room at a cost of 5,000 naira, pay his NEPA bill. Okay, that's 9,000. Yes, 9,000. Sorry, 9,000. 100 is 30,000, is 30,000, 9,000. Now, if you minus 9,000 naira from 30,000, you have a balance of 21,000. This same man can pay his house rent, feed himself, pending when he turns himself into a semi-skill or skill labor. Now, the employment vacuum will be covered. Therefore, those who are skilled laborers, unskilled labor will not be looking for a job in a skilled consortium where skilled personality are needed. It will help in no small way to reduce the employment. It will help in a small way to reduce the employment problem. But today, this union will not allow SME to grow, because a man who have 100,000 and he wants to start a business of 100,000 and union is demanding 50,000, can he still go into that business? No. And no potential investor want to invest in a business without putting into consideration profit maximization. So, even if the federal government will not emulate this, Edo State government should, as a matter of urgency, look into this issue. Let us retire this union. They have benefited, they have benefited. It is time to cut them off. They will deceive you that they are there because of injustice to one or injury to one is an injury to all. This same set of people, because of the mistake of an individual, they can grant the entire state hostage. Let's take an example. A man who is driving tipper have issue with Osakwena Holding, and we engage in a fight, and I wounded him. This entire tipper will say, because Osakwena Holding wounded one of our members, we are granting all activities today. Even if an average tipper man wants to go to site to go and pick, because there is a directive from the union, nobody moves. Every construction work in the state will pause because of one activity caused by maybe one misguided fellow. At the end of the day, the state economy will be grounded. So, the government of Edo State, His Excellency, the Governor Obaseki, this is the second phase of the fight. We've destroyed Godfatherism. We are at alert to check the activities of Godfathers. We are still at alert. We will not keep quiet. We will not close our eyes. We are still ready to fight this battle to the end. But if we must succeed, we should know that this will be a government of battle. This must be a government of battle. If you must right the wrong, because there are major injustice in our states and in our country, Edo should be able to serve as a sustainable template to address this plague and this economic menace that has been created by these selected disgruntled elements who are hell-bent on taking an advantage of the state's democratic infrastructure to perpetuate evil. Majority of these things cannot happen in the military era. It can never happen. Some of us who have seen the video of His Excellency, the late military general Sani Abacha, he dissolved the whole Nigeria one day when he assumed power. He did. National Supreme Military Council dissolved. The government of the dissolved. All state house of assembly dissolved. He dissolved the country within a day. So we can dissolve all these economic predators within a day. So let me stop this here. The rest will be contained in our official letter that will be sent to the governor by Edo Diaspora Connect worldwide. Thank you very much. It's me, Osakwena Holding. Now, the second segment of our discussion is targeted to the federal government and the Nigerian airport management. Today, in the world, COVID-19 test is free. Because the government want to ascertain the number of persons that are affected with this COVID so that they can treat these people. But here in Nigeria, it is not a business. I believe the president might not be aware, but many kitchen cabinets of the federal agency is aware. As of today, our airport is now a means to extort Nigerians. Nigerians can no longer travel into their country peacefully. When they come, they will say, where is your COVID test? You will show them COVID test. You will show them COVID test. Later, they will say, okay, you need to pay for COVID test. They will collect other money from you. They will not test you. They will leave you to go. You see, sometimes they will seize your passport. To wait for so and so, they're all in a bid to extort our people. So people are now afraid to come. As we speak, Nigerian airport is now being manned by corrupt elements. By corrupt elements extorting Nigerians in the name of COVID-19. This will not be long. We are drawing the attention of the federal government to this development. COVID-19 test is supposed to be free. If you want to quarantine people, no problem, because we need to protect the health and safety of our citizens. But the idea of using it as a means to make our people dry and to collect their money, or because of, say Nigeria now COVID is now opportunity for people to collect money. It is not an opportunity for them to extort our people. People who are not traveling to the country, some of them will say, yeah, for come, but I'm not sure if I come because this COVID, this thing. Some now, I will not bring out the alternative link. But today, our people are being subjugated into economic hardship, all because of COVID-19. There is almost free tests in the international community. I want to be laconic, brief, and direct to the point today. I will not want the video to be long. Please share, and invite your friends. Let them watch it, because I'm about rounding up. So, we are going to make it a point of duty to let the federal government know that the policy is no longer yielding the reasons behind the formulation of such policy. It is not designed to push our people into the backwater of economic decadence. And it's not designed to restrict the movement of Nigerians as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, freedom of movement. People are not using COVID to steal. I cannot call it extortionist again. They are not stealing from Nigerians. To enter their country now is not a problem. We are not saying you should not quarantine anybody. Quarantine, because you need to protect the health of our citizens. But the idea of taking people's passport, collecting unnecessary money, and it's not as if you are going to test them. Collecting money is not a means for some persons to enrich themselves. If we must build this country, make we come and talk as a be. Make we come and talk as a be. Although I'm going to make this an enlarged topic, I will not stop. I will be consistent in the communication. But what concerns us now is the Edo State and the activity in the airport. The federal government, I know definitely the delegation of the federal government is watching this video. Because you have no right whatsoever or ability to decide who watch you. People are watching you. But we expect them to take appropriate action. And I know in Edo State, the governor is a social media man. He sees everything. So, let's check the activities of this union. Disband them. The only union that will allow to remain, the Trade Union Congress, the Nigerian Labour Congress. Like those teacher union, fine. But all those pure water, cement, dizzy, nearby, they are economic predators. They are economic stress to the state, and they are holding the economy of this state and the country hostage. We want them out from the system. Thank you very much for listening to me. Don't forget, Stanlo Sadi Enterprise is here to do your C of O. We are here to do your survey. We are here to build for you. We are here to get you properties at any choice location. Do not hesitate to consult us for your property development, for your C of O application. In 90 days, it will be available. That is not, the discussion is not for today. I already have the discussion online, but subsequently, I always come out to give us discussion in respect to that. So my number for those who requested is 070-3610-9939. WhatsApp 070-3610-9939. WhatsApp 080-7974-2172. Direct line 080-7974-2172. Direct line 080-7974-2172. Direct line. Thank you very much for listening to me. I remain my humble self, your noble right activist, Comrade Stanley Osaze Osakwino Holding, and I say a big bye for now. Have a lovely day.